Hello. Hello. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and I had a last second change of heart here. I know some of you may be disappointed that I chose to do this instead of Uncharted. Trust me, I wanted to do Uncharted as well. But I figured, this is more timely. I think this makes more sense. This would be, I think, a better turnout. So we're going to talk about Hogwarts. We can talk about Uncharted for sure. We can talk about Pokemon. We can talk about whatever you want. But I want to center it around this instead of playing Uncharted. I do have Uncharted installed, and I'm ready to go on that. Oh, you know what I always keep forgetting to do is I keep forgetting to change the latency. So I'll see your messages and I'll answer, and it's going to be a little delayed from when you talk to when I see it and I talk. But yeah, so I thought this would make more sense. We obviously just did the Troy video a few days ago on Thursday, or was it yesterday? Yesterday. How's it going, everybody? Yeah, so I just did the interview, but I did it on Tuesday. I recorded it on Tuesday, and then I put it up on Thursday, and I loved it. I'm neutral on the decision. Yeah, like I said, Uncharted, I don't know if it would have had the legs for for what I wanted, but we can do Uncharted some other time or on the second channel or something. Next week is Dying Light 2, so next week there's no debating. I'm going to be playing Dying Light 2 on stream. If there's something massive that happens, I'll do both of them. Yeah, so Quidditch update. So honestly, what I figure, and by the way, let me make this very clear in case Troy watches this after, or anybody tries to run with this in a weird direction. These are my thoughts off of what him and I talked about. This is not like cut footage, like I have him answering these deep, dark questions. These are just my opinions on what we talked about. I honestly feel like Quidditch is 100% of the game, though, and I feel that even more because of what he said. And again, what he talked about was pretty much anything that was in the trailer is in the game. Okay, so if you have a question of what's in the game, look to the trailer, and if it's in the trailer, they're not lying about it. It's in the game. So the fact that you are, Quidditch, there is that, one space over, right? But you definitely ride a broomstick, as you can clearly tell based off the trailer. So, and they're wearing Quidditch attire, so I would assume that means that they're about to play Quidditch, or you're about to practice, in which case you do play it. A new film called The Fallout just released, yes. And she is 50 times better than any other performance. Jenna Ortega is just killing it. Just murdering it. She's going to want a huge raise for the next Scream, and it's just going to be so bad. Because they're going to be like, well, I guess we'll pay you David Arquette's money because we don't have to pay him, I hope it's in. It would be awesome. We could do an online competition. Yeah, but I will say this, though. That is separate. That feels to me like it's separate because you have Quidditch most likely, or at least broomstick riding in the game, and that to me doesn't guarantee that you would have an online mode specifically. Because he also stressed, and I know it's a cop-out answer, and I understand it, but he also stressed to just look at their website and the stuff they have on their website. So that's important. And I don't remember if they said super confidently or positively that it was just single player only, but you have to think about that. Haven't seen the interview yet. My God, go watch it. It was out yesterday. I put it out yesterday. A lot of people liked it. I mean, it did really well. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the reception. I know people obviously wanted huge answers, and trust me, I did too. And but I tried to do the best I could with the with what he was able to give. Obviously, he was very nice. Like him and I talk through email and stuff. He's a great guy, but he can only say so much, without getting in trouble and stuff. So had to play by a certain, and he told me that WB would be like watching us. So we, I'm sure somebody from Hogwarts Legacy watched that interview. Just to make sure, which is cool. I hope they took my backing of them to heart, that I support them, and I hope that they understand that I said to screw gaming journalism. I'm just confused with how they would make Quidditch work because there are so many possibilities. I think about Quidditch World Cup, which was a lot of fun, but I don't know how that would work now. Yeah, I've been afraid of that, right? If you're gonna do Quidditch, I say go all in. I don't want like a cheap half version of it. And that may be what we get. You know what I mean? We'll have to see. I assume the next time they talk about it, like when they show gameplay and stuff, I think Quidditch will most definitely be brought up. Nothing about the backstory of the game. There's a little bit of the backstory about the game in that interview, I think, right? He wasn't there in the beginning. He came in afterwards. He was brought in. I don't know if he told you guys on the video or maybe before when he was talking to me, but he was like moved to the position he had. He originally was going to do something else. But the backstory of the game was it had to have been Now I didn't ask this, and I should have asked this honestly. I wanted to know when the game actually started development, because the leak was October 2018, and that was like test footage that they were showing off, which means they must have done it, made it before. So I assume like very early 2018 or very late 2017 is when the game actually was in development. So they wanted it out, I would say, 4 years after they started, and now it's going to probably come out 5 years after they started. That's what I would assume based off of what he said and what I guess can gather. Would you rather have a sequel to Batman Arkham Knight or Hogwarts Legacy if you had... Well, I haven't had Hogwarts Legacy yet. That's a tough question. If Hogwarts sucks, then it would be Arkham Knight. But I don't know. WB really need to figure out what the hell they are doing. They have 3 games they want to release in 2022, and they don't have any dates. Yeah. Hogwarts, Gotham Knights, Suicide Squad. It's actually going to be kind of embarrassing if you show Hogwarts with a date next up, because you still haven't done that for Gotham Knights. So, yeah. Great interview. Love your channel. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Or ma'am. Ma'am. Take it however you want. True. Would have been awesome if they were online dueling like they do with Hogwarts Mystery. Yeah. As I've said, multiplayer-wise, dueling, Wizards chess, and Quidditch. Those are, to me, the 3 most likely possible scenarios. Quidditch chess. Quidditch would be the most thorough. Wizards chess would be more of like a top-down, honestly, way less extensive than like a Gwent thing for Witcher. I honestly feel like Wizards chess would be so easy to do. Just so simple. It honestly would be like in Red Dead how you can play blackjack, you can play that, was it the Russian roulette when you stab in between your fingers with a knife? Like, it would be like that. It would be so easy, in my opinion. And then dueling, you probably can duel in the base game, so you just make that online. No, I'm not saying like, oh, it's so simple, like it's like do it. Like if that's their plan, do it. But I would imagine it would be pretty simple. Quick ask, guys, make sure you're leaving a like on the video as you come in or as you leave. Also, we have Patreon. We have YouTube memberships. If you guys want to support me in those places, you get free stuff. I've actually added to them. You now get an exclusive early video if you do the lowest tier. So you immediately will get a video if you do the lowest tier, and then you get exclusive videos just to yourselves for the second tier. So I've updated it, made some cool changes. We're going to be doing more changes in the future for Patreon and YouTube memberships, giving you guys even more value. Loved the interview yesterday, Alex. Thank you, The Wolf. Great interview. Thank you, Sith Morrison. Oh, I remember you. Man, you've been with me forever. Hearing what he had to say. Yeah. I'm like, not to toot my own horn or like pat myself on the back too much, but I mean, him and I agreed on a lot. And it meant a lot to me to hear him just say like, you nailed it, or I like how you analyzed it. Like I mean, that bloats up or, it expands my ego. But no, I'm glad we're on the same page with a lot of this. And I think him and I have a lot of those same opinions of what the mainstream gaming journalists have tried to do with Hogwarts. And, it's important that, honestly, it's kind of important we're all on the same page if we're going to fight against it. And oh boy, we will fight against it. You know what I mean? It's not over. They didn't, I wish, IGN, where are you? Kotaku, PC Gamer, where are you losers that wrote the articles on him? Come back out and write something on his video with me, because I called him out in that video. So I would have loved it, but I'm not big enough. I'm not big enough. Oh, well. What's up? I heard the interview. I believe it's going to be a lot to take in, and once they drop the next video, I feel we'll get a lot of our questions answered. Agreed. The next time we see the game, it's going to be, I think, just a mountain full of information that is going to take some time to, and I can't wait. I mean, I'm so ready for that stuff, right? To kind of analyze and go through it and figure out just what this, the way also he talked about it too, and how he said, like, you know, the next time he would be on my channel is, you know, after they show the next wave of stuff. I think it's going to happen really soon. And B, I think there's going to be a lot to talk about. And I think they're going to be able to talk about a lot more as well. So that's going to be really fun. Saw one of the writers that worked on Hogwarts post on Twitter. Today was her last day. Aw. That's great. That's cool. Yeah, well, writers, like, go back. Like, I've seen writers of different studios. Writers kind of come in and out. Like, they leave before the project is done. They're brought in at weird times. And as you can kind of, or probably guess, you know what I mean? That's just how they kind of work, because they don't need to do the other stuff. So this game drives me crazy. I'm so hyped. My guy, Joseph Whitty, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. I've been watching your stuff. I've been keeping up to date on your Twitter. Besides Quidditch, is there any other features in the game that you feel more confident about? I feel confident in the people making it, based off of what he said. I do feel like people will say, "Oh, there was nothing new in the interview," and not. I mean, like, by the way, when I say people said, there were like maybe 5 to 10 people that were that didn't like the interview, and then like 5,000 that did like it. But I think one of the things that was new that came out of that talk with Troy is, like, he feels confident, and I trust him. I believe him. And one of the things he talked about, remember, in that interview was, if you don't see management shifts, it really is for just polish and making sure it's the best version. If you have people going in and out, you know, then it's something to worry about, and they haven't had that. Now, some of that stuff can happen behind closed doors where we wouldn't even know, so that's a little upsetting, right? That's a little upsetting because we don't know. We saw Lego Star Wars. There was the behind-the-scenes story about Lego Star Wars that behind closed doors over the last 2, 3, 4 years, people have been going in and out of that studio. And the TT games, they're like all over the place. So that's what I was a little afraid of, and I told him that in the interview because I remember reading it. I just hope that, yeah, behind closed doors, they haven't lost too many people and things have shifted. But what he talks about, it doesn't sound like that's happened, so that's good. I'm so hyped for this game. It's driving me crazy. Looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy. Aren't we all? It's going to be so great. Quidditch is an important factor for me as a diehard Potter head in determining the game's overall quality. I want to live my 10-year-old dreams of being on a broomstick like Harry. Agreed. Great interview. It really puts into perspective how the media pushes aside, making it seem like Avalanche lost their main designer when he was a senior producer at the time. Yeah. I think I put it really well in the interview that it's literally just like they were looking for it, obviously because of the J.K. Rowling stuff, and they have a vendetta against the game, like we all know that, and so they're just looking for any opportunity. What I was trying to hint at in that interview is Troy literally just talked. Like, he had a YouTube, and like, think about it, how many people in the gaming industry even has that? You know what I mean? How many people that are in the industry has a YouTube channel or has a Twitter that they're super into? There are some, but they're very little. And for like Avalanche software that makes the game, there's probably next to none. And so they saw, oh, there's a guy who works for a game that we hate in a studio that we hate. There's a guy who's talking, nobody else is talking, so let's fixate on him. Oh, and he just happens to actually be a free thinker. He's against, you know, the ideas of what the hive mind believes. Easy target. And that's what they've done. And we aren't going to put up with that stuff, are we? I'm not. I'm so passionate when it comes to Harry Potter. Not that I write fan fictions. Well, I do, but other shows, and I love Hogwarts Mystery. Nice. I genuinely, having been waiting for this game for years, since 2017, so I can't help but have high expectations. It's been a long time. When he talked about the involvement in creating the castle and how for him it's amazing, he really hyped me. Yeah, that was cool to hear. I cut a little of like the in-between when I was like looking at questions, because I would run a couple questions through him first to make sure that it was okay. And a couple of the times, or that Hogwarts castle one, I was reading out a question that I didn't think he was going to answer because it was pretty, like it was specific and it was new. So he wasn't going to answer it, but I just was like reading it just to kind of like, tell him what people were saying. And then that's when he was like, well, I can say this, like Hogwarts, the castle. And I was like, oh my God, I actually can't believe he talked about that. So that was, that was cool to hear that he's so pumped. That did make me pumped. What's your latest meal? I'm eating honey soy chicken. Oh my God, that sounds great. We're having tuna fish pasta salad with hot dogs. Trash can HD. We're gonna have some interesting ones over the weekend, though. We're gonna have like ribs and stuff. Really great to hear that you guys agree a lot. Yeah, and you know what? We don't have to agree. Like that's I'm sure there's things we don't agree on, and I didn't. Well, okay, it would be unfair to say like I went in thinking we were gonna disagree on everything. I did think we had similar, mindsets and stuff, but also just like we wanted to talk, or I wanted to talk to him mainly, and he was willing to talk to me. So. I'm glad it worked out, and I'm glad that, both our mindsets are pretty open. We're pretty open people. Major respect to Troy for speaking out. Agreed. He it takes a lot of guts and courage, not necessarily on my channel because, the mainstream didn't pick it up, but it does, he's back. He's back now, or he's going to go into it, I think, slowly, he talked about. The game comes in 2022, indeed. What are you going to do in Hogwarts Legacy for me? I'm just going to annoy the Slytherins and prank them. Well, I don't know what we're allowed to do in Hogwarts. That'll be fun to figure out, though, right? I don't know. I'd like to mess with people. But if you were going to mess with Slytherin, doesn't that kind of make you a Slytherin? I just want to know how spells are going to work if you can only have certain spells available at a time. It certainly seems like that is the case. Now, one thing he did make, and I said it, I think I talked about it in the video, or in the interview, one thing that he did say is the reason they don't like leaks and didn't like that 2018 leak is that people put their expectations of what they saw or what they think the game is going to be off of what they saw in that leak, and that leak is just kind of ideas, and not all of them have to make it into the base game. And I told him kind of late for that because it did happen. People have looked at that. So, referencing that gameplay leak, there is a group of spells in the top left corner when you're watching it, which would indicate to me you have a certain group of spells that you can equip at a certain time, and you can swap them out. That's how I read into it. Hello. Do you think about DLCs that could be coming? Do you already think about DLCs? No, I don't. Honestly, I think about the base game, and that's it right now. Oh, like on a wheel or something. It could be on a wheel. I'd like a wheel. I'd like a I would like a Witcher style spell thing. That'd be cool. But I don't think that necessarily is what they're going to do. Do you think there's a possibility to see a trailer of the next State of Play in February? I think it's possible. I think it's but I don't know for sure because what we've heard is there could be 2 State of Plays or 2 PlayStation events, one in February, one in March, and the March is the big one, whereas the February is a smaller one. Not an indie one, but just a smaller scale one. So by that, I would kind of think March, but it doesn't have to be. So we'll see. I do think over the next month or two, though. Honestly, I definitely feel more confident about the game after the interview. That's good. I'm glad I could give that to you, or Troy. Well, mainly Troy, but I guess I produced the video, right? In this case, I was the executive producer. How far do you think they'll go with Hogwarts Castle? I love to explore the castle in the Prisoner of Azkaban game, and I love to see a castle so big that you might keep finding new rooms. I think it'll be pretty big. Obviously, it won't be endless, but I think it'll be pretty detailed. If you think about it, Hogwarts has to be the main hub. While there will be other places, right? Hogsmeade, I guess the castle grounds. We'll probably go to a couple other places that we don't know about too, right? There'll maybe be 3 to 5 places, Diagon Alley. But Hogwarts is the main place. So the most time spent, the most details, all of that stuff, the most quests that you'll probably have to do, all of that's in Hogwarts. So it needs to be big. It needs to be detailed. So that's how I think of it. I want learning anything magic to be a part of the game, like in Elder Scrolls. You can read books from bookshelves. I hope you can learn from a class or in the book and the game rewards you. Yeah, Yeah, that's a chance Hogwarts has, right? Learning not just through being told, but through like discovery, through finding parchments and books and just all these different random, or etches or stuff. I mean, you can do all that, and I hope they do. Have you played any of the past Harry Potter games? And if so, what was your favorite? For me, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban was my favorite. Definitely captured the aesthetic of Harry Potter. I haven't played many. I played Lego. Man, was there there was a Chamber of Secrets movie tie-in. I remember very vividly sitting, and I know exactly where my friend was and where I was, sitting in his room. He had a bunk bed, playing a Harry Potter game. I'm pretty sure it's Chamber of Secrets, but I haven't played many. I've seen a lot online. I would always keep up with them, but I never really played too many of them. I think I played the Quidditch World Cup, though. That's one I remember. But yeah. Avalanche is still unproven in the AAA field. They've only made Disney Infinity, so it's not a surprise that an IP like Harry Potter is under scrutiny. Yeah, that's fair. He didn't so much talk about that. He did talk a little bit more about that their background is in respecting franchises, and Disney Infinity proves that. So that's a reason why we should trust them, or we should have a little trust in them, that they can handle an IP or a franchise like Harry Potter or the Wizarding World, because they've handled other franchises very, very well. And I go along with that logic. To your point, though, yes, they've never, and I said this directly to him, and he understands. He definitely understood. Like, they've never made a game like this. And we've never, not just have they never made a game like this, we've never had a game like this before. You know what I mean? So that's like a brand new challenge. So I get that. I don't know if it's just going to be me, but who else is going to wear your Hogwarts house uniform when you play Hogwarts Legacy? I don't have anything. I have a couple wands. I think 1, 2. I have all the movies, but I don't know if I have apparel. No, I have a Hogwarts shirt, short sleeve shirt. Nothing fancy, though. I think my wife has. Do you have a hoodie? What came in that chest? What was in that chest? Like the Hufflepuff stuff or Ravenclaw? A shirt? There was a scarf, wasn't there? Yeah, my wife has some stuff. Well, I'm gonna be a Gryffindor when I get Hogwarts Legacy. We'll see how you get in. Hi everyone, hello, lightning bolt, love it, love the symbolism. I would love the game to come out on September 1st. That's just my guess for now. That would be cool. That would be symbolic. How many hours of gameplay do you think we'll get? Probably like a standardized, kind of like Horizon, honestly. If they gave us a 20-hour single-player story, and then with exploration and side quests and all that stuff, if it was like 40, 45 hours, and that was the game, and then if you did other houses, maybe you could unlock a couple side quests that you locked off of yourself previously. Like, so if you're a Gryffindor, you can do certain quests, side quests. All main quests would be the same, right? But side quests, maybe there's a couple specific ones for you or your house, but you can't do like Slytherin ones. That would be a replayability thing, and that wouldn't add a lot of time. That would add maybe like an hour or two each house. So you probably maybe an extra 5 to 10 hours, let's say, depending on the house that you pick. So that's what I would look, I don't need it to be. I know people are going to say 100 hours, 100 and let's see if I don't think anybody necessarily will say it. 100 hours, 150 hours. It's like, I guess, but it needs to be quality. I don't want to play 100 hours of fluff. I want to play 100 hours of content, good content. So, if it's short, it's short, as long as it's detailed and I'm in the whole time and I'm having fun and I'm enjoying it. That's what I want. Quidditch World Cup is my favorite Harry Potter game for now. Nice. We never had a game like Hogwarts. Agreed. What's up, man? What's up, scrub work? Hello, first stream I've caught of yours. Oh, thank you. I hope I'm making a good impression. I appreciate it, though. Try to do different things. We were going to do an Uncharted. It was supposed to be an Uncharted live stream playing Uncharted on PS5. I'm still going to do it off screen, but I figured this would maybe be a little bit more engaging. Next week, we're going to do Dying Light 2, so that'll be fun. I bought a $100 Ravenclaw robe from a theme park. Nice. Oh, my God. Oh, you lost? Oh, my God. Yeah, I went to Universal and went to the Wizarding World twice. And I got a wand. I got Dumbledore's wand, or the Elder Wand. But I don't think I got anything else. Why do you think they don't give us any news or updates for so long, like even a picture or short video of gameplay or something? I think my impression is when it comes, like, they're waiting because when they release the next thing, they kind of want to go all out. That's not like inside information. That's what I think is the problem. And with their mind, well, I think it's two things. Number one, I think when things come out, they want like an avalanche, no pun intended, of info to come out. And number two, I think they are very much afraid of backlash, 100%. They're afraid. They're afraid of the media, which I understand. I was gonna say you kind of should be, like, that they're in control. I'll tell you what though, if IGN, if Kotaku specifically, okay, IGN sucks. And they wrote, and any website that wrote a hit piece on Troy shouldn't get a review code. I'm going to be very controversial. They shouldn't get a review code for Hogwarts Legacy. But specifically, Kotaku, PC Gamer, I remember was a horrible one, but I think Kotaku started the whole thing. If they get a review code for Hogwarts Legacy and I don't, I will flip out. I will flip. And maybe that's too egotistical. Is that a word? Maybe that's my ego speaking. But I don't really think they deserve it based off of, that stuff. I have the full uniform and like 15 wands. My God. Yeah, I've never claimed to have a lot of merch. I mean, I love the movies. I love the books. I've read them. I've watched them all. But I don't have the merchandise I'm looking around. I don't have the merchandise to back me up at all. Hogwarts Legacy is completely new ground for the franchise. I'm confident they'll make it a great game. Exactly. It needs to be 100,000 hours. Nailed it. That's the kind of response. Had a good day so far. Hope all has been well. Thank you. Yeah, did well. The day's gone well. I did an Uncharted video earlier today that I really was proud of, and it was probably my worst viewed video in maybe like a year plus. I don't know why. I will investigate the issue later, but I'm kind of disappointed there. But no, channel's done great. You guys have been such a support for me, and like I said, I was the Troy interview, by the way, the Troy interview couldn't have happened without you guys. I mean, he saw the video when I defended him back in the day, and he knew of me. That got my ego inflated as well. They have heard of me, and they have watched my videos, the team, which is cool. But I mean, ultimately, that wouldn't happen if it wasn't for you guys watching the videos. So I owe it all to you, and I appreciate it. I really do. If this game is 100,000 hours, oh my God. I'm waiting for the day Hogwarts Legacy releases and people get mad because they expected more. People are overhyping this. Yeah, there's definitely going to be that too. I think what's going to be important and what I will do my best to stress, because that's a good point, what I will do my best to stress is, I don't want to say like we can't be attacking each other because now I sound like I'm in the Scream community again, right? You can't say anything negative about the game or movie. No, I think we have every right to criticize. We have every right to say, hey, this is not what we wanted, or this sucked. This just flat out sucked. But number one, I think we all need to be united against the gaming media. That's one very important thing. And the second thing is expectations do need to relatively be kept in check, where, it depends on. Now, I'm not like if you didn't like the writing, or you didn't like quest structures, or you didn't like the spells that they gave you, or like specific things that are reasonable, I think is completely fine. But if your criticism with this game is it wasn't 400 hours, so I feel like it was too short, I'm not gonna back that mindset. You know what I mean? So we'll have to see. I'm very much in support of criticism. You know what I mean? Maybe too much, but we'll see why people are criticizing it. When we know, the media won't even have reasons for why they're criticizing. They'll just criticize it. You know what I mean? It won't even be fair. It'll be fun, but it won't be fair. Yeah. So, what do you think for Kingdom Hearts Anniversary might be? I feel like some new game or remake of the old game for PS5. I pray it's a new game. I really do. I'll be watching it, or I'll be keeping my eye on it. I feel like we'll start hearing stuff around the release for Fantastic Beasts 3. Definitely possible. That's April 15th or 16th, somewhere like that. Team Slytherin, big fan of that house. I thank you for getting the interview together. I feel better after watching it. This may sound crazy, but I can't wait to be the first evil Hufflepuff. And if it is difficult decisions, good and evil. Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for the support. And that sounds fun. It's going to be fun to see evil Gryffindors and good Slytherins, and then everyone in between. You know what I mean? That'll be fun. I wonder if we'll make it to year 7 or something else in the story will depart us from Hogwarts. Good thought. Good thought. Yeah. Will we finish school? Because that has rarely, I mean, that's never happened to Harry Potter. Well, it did. It just didn't happen to Harry or technically his class. It didn't really happen. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens for us. In the entertainment industry, it's all about money and who you know, which explains why a lot of the stuff is corrupt. So if IGN gets it, it's a reminder of that. Yeah. I mean, I am kidding. I know, like, IGN is going to get the review code. IGN may even have, like, that first feature where they do, like, a whole month covering it. Game Informer, I wouldn't be surprised if it was on the cover of but you know what? At the same time, guys, like, we're seeing it. Like, people are willing to make stupid decisions to really, like, say, no, we're going to make a stand. We're going to take a stand against J.K. Rowling or whatever the other political thing is, right? But I also wouldn't be surprised if when it comes time, you see a thing like Game Informer being like, we refuse to do a cover issue of Hogwarts. We're not going to support. And, like, they could do that. We'll see. We'll see how they do, because if they do it, if they put it on Game Informer, they're going to have their own people attacking them. Because the people that read IGN, the people that read Kotaku, these are the only people that read them are the people that hate the game along with them, because they're just being told to hate it. So then if they start covering it, or God forbid they even like it, oh my God, these people, remember, they eat each other alive. If you're part of this clique, this hive mind, and you turn your back against them, even for a second, you disagree, you think something different than them, they all turn against you. So they're going to realize it sooner or later. You know what I mean? I've had some that I've put so much time into that flops. Yeah. It is what it is. Uncharted videos would probably do better with a major Uncharted game coming out. This is a remaster. It's not really that major, so... Hogwarts Legacy on Unreal Engine 5 would be amazing. It would. So let's just edit that and say Hogwarts Legacy 2 on Unreal Engine 5 would be incredible, because that's what we're going to get mostly, or maybe. You should know by now that videos you love don't do well by default. Yeah, that's the YouTube motto. That should be a shirt motto. About to start getting just whatever with Boba Fett right here and been, wait, what? I have not liked Boba Fett at all. I haven't watched episode 5 yet, but my dear God. Do you think it would be hard to get a currently designed interview once it releases? It would be an awesome interview. Well, not to slight Troy, and actually this won't slight Troy. I think he will have a lot to say and will be very eye-opening once he's able to say stuff. So I think having him just by himself would be awesome. Having somebody that works on it now, or having somebody that worked on it from beginning to end, yes, that would be ideal. That'd be great. I'll try. I mean, I'll talk to anybody. I don't really know how. That's the tough thing, though. I know for some, like Square Enix, certain studios, like I would know how to get or who to email to set up stuff. Whether they answer me or not, they probably wouldn't, but I would know where to email. Like for WB or for Avalanche, I don't even know how. Maybe if we get into contact when the game's getting closer, there's like a review code talk. Again, cross your fingers and pray for me. I'd love to throw in, hey, I'd love to talk to some of the actors and actresses that voice the character. I mean, I love that. Let's do that. I really want to do that. Let's have the main male and female voices of the main character. I'll interview them. I'd love to. Or people that worked on the game, stuff like that. So I'll definitely try. Will they do it with me? I don't know. Do you expect the Rocksteady Suicide Squad game to be nominated for a Game of the Year award if it comes out this year? What does this game need to have in order to win and amaze the world? Definitely good story. Gameplay that is like in a good loop, but not too like repetitive, or like everything just needs to be overall solid. That's pretty much it. Doesn't have to do much. I hope it's Kingdom Hearts 4 and not like Kingdom Hearts 3.0.1 and a half. Well, it could very well be that. And honestly, now that you type that out, I want it to be that, if we're being real. I hope you get to become an Auror or a Dark Wizard after you finish school, and that it's not just year 5 to 7 or whatever. Yeah, that's fair. But you have to also think, will there be a sequel? And do they leave the door open? Do they not? Is it like, you know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see. Do you believe there'll be some sort of Bethesda-type announcement for the game? Wait, I don't know what you said. Type announcement for the game around February, March, or April. This game? Probably. I don't care if a game is short or long as it has quality and replayability. Miles Morales is pretty short, but I've put almost 100 hours into it. Nice, yeah. I haven't done that, but I respect Miles for being, I put in maybe 15 hours in Miles, and you know what? I loved literally every second. I've replayed it because I had to get the platinum. I did get the platinum. Just keep me in it the whole time. That's what I want. That's it. I'm curious about how the rating of the game influences what we see and do. Well, it would influence blood. Probably nothing, to be honest with you, because you're not going to, like, go out drinking. You know what I mean? You're not going to be swearing. Like, that kind of stuff wouldn't happen in any, whether you're working for the Ministry of Magic or you work for Voldemort or you're a Hogwarts student. You know what I mean? Like, some stuff is just never going to happen. So, really, I think you could play it T for teen, play it safe in the rating system, and you're not going to lose much of anything at all, to be honest with you. I don't trust IGN reviews anymore. Me neither. I haven't for many, many, many years. I have been playing FF7 Remake and God of War lately. I've been enjoying both of them. Those are both phenomenal games. IGN gave Legends of Arceus a 3 and 4 out of 10. Really? I thought they gave it a 7. I just saw it. Pretty sure they gave it a 7 out of 10. I am reading these comments. I'm just behind. How in-depth do you think the destruction system will be? Again, if you're going based off the gameplay leak of 2018, it looks decent. I don't think it's going to be like revolutionary, you know what I mean, where like everything is destructible. I don't think it'll be like that, but I think it should be okay. You think Boba Fett's bad? Watch Peacemaker. I will admit one is more disappointing, but Peacemaker's just bad. Jesus, yeah, I'll have to watch. Well, I don't really want to watch it, but I will watch it. Hopefully it'll be pretty good. Leaked gameplay looks pretty cool. Agreed. Avalanche should just take some speed and scream all the updates over 2 months, then release it in April. Yeah, that'd be fun. I would enjoy that. All shows these days are trash, unfortunately. Entertainment business is extremely stale currently, will not improve soon. Yeah, movies and TV are at rock bottom. And like, rock bottom it lasts as long as you want it to last, and they're making it last a long time. But I honestly feel like we're at the end. Like, I think over the next 3 to 5 years, movies and television will be on the upswing. Gaming, again, controversial opinion, I think gaming is currently on the decline, and we haven't reached rock bottom yet. I think rock bottom for gaming is probably 2 to 4 years, and then again, how long it stays there is up to the game developers and up to us of how much we tolerate it, and then it'll go back up. So, it could be controversial. I'm not saying it has to be true. It's just my opinion of it, but I think Hollywood is at rock bottom. This is as bad as it's going to get. It's going to stay bad for a while, and then it'll go up. But I think gaming is on the decline, but we're not to the worst of it yet. And I, by the way, I mean in terms of like ideas and forcing certain things and not fan service being some sort of, and I'm not saying like everything has to be fan service, but fan service being some sort of massive negative that you can never do. Like ideologies, like ideas, is what I'm talking about. Not necessarily quality, although you could argue. Just want to say I'm going to be a Gryffindor in Hogwarts. Me too. Lego DC Supervillains just got delivered, trying to prep for the Skywalker. Oh, nice. I think my daughter has that. Is that the one you have? Lego DC Supervillains? Yeah. That game's fun. Watch it be like Skyrim, where you inventing a spell will be like adding mods, and the game will be covered with them. They could have mods. Thoughts on potential 3 ghost faces? I think it would be a great twist. For the next one, I probably will do a video on that, to be honest with you. I like that idea. Um, I'll write it down. I'll write it down. 3. I'm gonna do a lot of Scream 6 stuff as we get like confirmation and whatnot. I'm writing in my notebook. I have a notebook. I gotta go, but I have a great rest of the stream. Thanks, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Peacemaker's incredible. Y'all are wild for thinking otherwise. Oh well, it is what it is. Hey, we got different people. What other games do you wanna be or make Lego from? Oh, yeah, I think Spider-Man would be a cool Lego thing. If Game of Thrones ended nicely, I would have said Game of Thrones. But as of now, I can't really. I'm kind of up for whatever. What other franchises are still? I mean, I'd like a Scream Lego game. That'd be kind of cool. I want there to make a mod for a lightsaber spell. That'd be sweet. I'm sure they'll turn the magic into the Force and stuff. Oh my god, the potential for mods. I'd love a Lego Ben 10 game as well. Yeah, Lego Ben 10. Ben 10's a great franchise. Are you looking forward to any other horror movies this year? Are you going to be reviewing the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I saw Texas Chainsaw. I don't know. I'm not too into other horror stuff, but I'll keep my eyes open if people really want me to. I'm a man of the people, so I will do what people want me to do. So I could definitely do other horror stuff. Scream is like, I'm not going to cover anything movie-wise as much as Scream. That's like the thing. Honestly, same thing for games. Like Hogwarts is that game. Gotham Knights is that game. There's definitely more games that I cover to a large extent, like I did with Scream. So, yeah. Mortal Kombat 2 movie, I'm excited for that too. Ever since Lego Dimensions, I want a Lego Doctor Who. That'd be sweet. I'm not too into Doctor Who. My sister used to watch it back in the day, and I never really, but I don't remember who, was it Matt Smith? Matt Smith and Karen Gillan, when it was those two. I think she watched that era, and I would see parts of episodes and stuff, but that's kind of it. But yeah, I'm to the Troy thing for the future, like I definitely want him back. I don't know how willing he'll be. Maybe he feels like because he agreed to do something with me a year ago, like last March. I messaged him and I said like, I'm with you. I got your back. Thank you for because he showed my clip, or he showed my video image on his video, and I was like, could we do something? And he said yes, and it took, what did it take? 10 months to get it together. So maybe he feels like I've just annoyed him, and he's fulfilled his contract to me, and now he's done. Hopefully he doesn't feel that. And well, that's more like my mindset of like people don't like me or whatever. That's just a negative mindset to have. But no, I want him in a live stream. That's my next main goal with him. The next time I talk to him, I definitely want to have him and I talking live with you guys. So that's what I asked him about that, and he said, he definitely is up for it, depending on the reception to the first video, which I think the reception was really good. And he can't, having him back like next week wouldn't really do anything because he can't say it. You know what I mean? He's blocked from saying anything. So I'd say probably waiting for the next massive push of news to come out on Hogwarts, and then, I'll analyze it. I'll make 1,000 videos on it. And then in that coverage arc, of this saga, hopefully we can have him back and do a live stream thing. Or even like, look, I'm not saying I am him, because we're not. We're different people and different channels and stuff. But what was his name? Is it Captain Kuba or Kuba something? He's like a God of War. He really only does God of War stuff. And when they announced Ragnarok, like fully, when they did the gameplay trailer and stuff, he had Cory Barlog and the game director of Ragnarok on his channel, to talk. So, I'd love. Now, my videos of Hogwarts aren't as big as his videos were of God of War leading into those announcements, so I don't think that would happen. But if you were looking for somebody who has a personality and there are more than just me covering it, but in terms of the biggest and the one who's done it the longest and the one who shows their face and I don't know, I'd love it to talk to some people. Why don't you like Jill as much in Scream 4? I do like her. I do like her a lot. I think people got my list kind of twisted that because you were towards the bottom means I hate you. No. I really didn't hate any Ghostface. I like them. It's one of those lists where I like everybody, and it's just who I like more. So. Also, I thought Scream 4 was one of the better Scream movies. Unpopular opinion. That's okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Peter Capaldi is the best. He is pretty sweet. Are you going to play on PC, Xbox, PlayStation? I'll play on whatever I can get my hands on. It'll probably be PlayStation. If it's on like Game Pass, though, which I doubt it, but I would get it on that. If they gave me a review code early and it was on PC, I would play it on PC. You know, whatever the situation will be, I will play it on. I have all three of them, so yeah. Is May a potential month for the release of Hogwarts Legacy? No. I really don't think it comes out the first half of the year. I don't. It's definitely possible. I want to be wrong. I'm not saying I'm happy to be right on this. I want to be wrong, but I just don't see it come until the fall. Which deluxe edition do you expect for Hogwarts Legacy? Probably the base, and then some something that's like $70 or $80 that has some stuff. I don't really even know, honestly, what you would have. I'd have to put more thought into it. And I could see like a collector's edition, which would have like a statue or a collectible item they would give you. I could see that, and that would be like $120 $120. I think 3 things of the game make sense for a game like this. If you wrote the story for Hogwarts Legacy, what would it be about? Oh my God, I don't know. Well, it sounds like the story is going to be about the Fantastic Beasts, which I will be real. I don't really want that. I would want something else. Well, it doesn't have to be about that. The main story, I think, probably is going to involve the animals quite a bit, or the beasts, but also like your untapped power that's so mysterious. So I don't know. You kind of have like an open slate to do whatever you want. If I wrote it, I think I'd stick with something like them. You have this power that's kind of never been discovered before, never really been known, and you have to figure out what to do with it. Somebody is probably going to try to tempt you to using it for one reason versus the other, something that would put the school in danger. You know what I mean? I'd stick with like humans though. Like a Voldemort or Grindelwald like threat. I wouldn't do like I wouldn't make it like an animal or like a creature as like the main baddie, which I don't know if they'll do, but I think they could actually. Hey Garrett, I think Mickey did a really good job as a psycho. I kind of think Charlie was the worst Ghostface. Definitely fair. All right, I got to get back to work, Alex, but love this chatting stream and have a great rest of the stream. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I thought this would be fun, and turns out I was right. This was fun. Are you excited for the Batman movie? Of course. I cannot wait. I love a Scooby-Doo Lego game. I love a Scooby-Doo game in general. At least I'm so excited for the Batman movie. Agreed. Gotta dash and play Mass Effect. Looking forward to more Hogwarts Legacy videos. Thank you. I got a new Hogwarts video I recorded, and it's up and ready to go. It'll probably be up early next week. It should be fun. It's a different kind of video. So yeah. Did you recently build a PC? Yes. It's an RTX 3080. I think 32 gigabytes of RAM, or 16 and 16. It's pretty powerful. I mean, obviously, like the TI came out like a month or two after I made it. So I don't, the 3090 is more powerful, and also the 3080 and 90 Ti is more powerful. So it's like, dang it. But yeah, my PC can handle a lot of things now. So, I'm happy about that. What is one spell you hope to see in the game? I hope they make forbidden spells available in some way. So Avada Kedavra, stuff like that. That's maybe a cop-out answer, but I think that would the effects that would have, or the impact that would have on the game is huge. And if you didn't have those spells in the game, the impact you'd have on the game also would be huge. So that's what I am most interested in. You should do a video on the top 10 coolest kills, and then that'd be cool. I could do like a kill video. I don't know how YouTube would respond to that title. Ghostface Eliminations. I'll write it down. Like I said, I'm a man of the people. We're hearing a PS event on February 3rd. I doubt though Sony won't clash with their event with the Olympics. So maybe February 17th we see a Sony event. I don't really think they care about the Olympics though. I don't even know. Because I don't care about the Olympics either. When are the Olympics? Because like Sifu comes out February 8th. Dying Light 2 comes out. Like, do they care about the Olympics to release those? I think it'll be fine. When will we see a gameplay on your YouTube channel? What do you mean? From Hogwarts or from something else? From Hogwarts, it'll be when the game's out. I just have to praise you for having a YouTube stream without having to rely on super chats. I understand why people do it, but my wallet appreciates you. Yeah, I don't like to beg. Like I said, biggest thing for me is to just push, if you want, the YouTube memberships and the Patreon. Those are cheap, by the way. They're $2 and $5, so they're not, And I don't do streams for. If you notice, I don't even have ads on when you click on this. Now I will when I make this a video afterwards. I put ads on it, but I don't go into it with the. It's cool when you have like the sub goals and the super chat goals or the donation goals. Those are cool, but I've never really been one to dictate if I don't get $50 this live stream after an hour I'm done. You know what I mean? It's like that's not how I do it. I appreciate money, but I don't run the live streams based on it. Who would win in a death battle, Superman or Shazam? Ooh, I like Superman. I'm a Superman kind of guy. Did a box head legs past you? That was my daughter. I had a dream that Hogwarts Legacy released on September 6th. Well, let's check. What day is September 6th? Is it accurate? Is your dream possible? It's a Tuesday. Oh, my God. You could be right. What's this now? What's what? I have 17 wands. My favorite is Victor Crumb and Nicholas Flamel. My Jesus Christ. That's a lot of wands. What's your favorite wand? The Elder Wand, Dumbledore's wand. It's always been my favorite. What is your favorite Uncharted game? 4. 4, definitively. Thank you for taking all my Scream recommendations. I discovered your page through your Scream videos. Love them. Well, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. I wrote them down. I'll definitely get to them. I'll be covering Scream forever. It'll be less videos until we get the ramp up for 6, but I'll need content in between, and ideas like yours are things that I'll even MM is your name. I need that kind of stuff. So I'll be doing that. Where are you guys planning to play Hogwarts? Where are you guys planning to play Hogwarts? Like consoles? Hopefully PS5 for me. As I've said though, I'll play anywhere. If I get an early code, sometimes when you get an early code, you can ask them a specific platform to give it on. Or sometimes they don't ask and they just will give you one. So yeah, if they were to give me a code, I'll take whatever. And if I have to buy it myself, which is fine. I do. PS5 would be my primary thing, Do you believe that after the Batman movie, we're going to get a game focused on the Batman? I don't think it's necessary, but it probably could happen. So yeah. I saw you made a GT7 video. Yes. Yeah. That one, I don't really know what to do with that video because... What the heck? I don't really know what to do with that video because when I made it, it definitely was a little bit less known what was going on with it, and now it's not as known, or now it's more known. Yeah, it's just he wanted to be at that event, and I saw that tweet. Maybe I can put like an edit but nobody's watching the video the last like 2 days. Like I can look at the analytics. There's nobody watching it the last like day and a half. So I don't really, know what to do there. That's just me being honest. I don't actually know. I could take it down, but I don't really think it matters. Do you think Hogwarts Legacy has the potential for Game of the Year? Yes, 100%. Same PS5. Yeah. I'm making my own comic book universe, but I also want to make a game where you can make your own hero and fight other people's heroes. That's awesome. That's awesome. I was just telling my wife yesterday, if the channel ever got big, and because when YouTube channels get bigger, like huge, sometimes the creator will like do it, but then also do like other ventures, and that other venture depends on what probably the channel content is. I'd love to like an indie game or something. I've always wanted a water park tycoon game. And I will, if I have to fund it, I will fund it, and I will die on that hill that I want that. I'd love a Pirates of the Caribbean open world, like RPG game. That would cost like $100 to $200 million. That wouldn't happen from me, but I'd love to be a part of it. So things like that, I'd love to do as I get bigger. Do you believe we might get a new Metal Gear game? I'm as confident as the sun rises. Is that the quote? What's the phrase? Whatever the phrase of like the sun existing is how. Yeah, that one. But video games are harder to make. They are, and I have no skills at them at making them. I know a couple people. Had reached out to me. One guy reached out to me that was developing like prototypes of a Pirates of the Caribbean thing. He made like a Flying Dutchman model. He made Davy Jones, and it looks phenomenal, and so that's awesome. So those are actually the kind, if I did get bigger, those are the things I'd like to support. If there's people in college or in school learning how to be a programmer and stuff, like make your own studio, like make an indie thing, and I'll help, as I get bigger and stuff. Like I'd love that. That's probably what I could do. Let's be real. I'm not gonna ever run Naughty Dog, and I don't really want to. Will you play Hogwarts Legacy on the channel? Yes, 100%. How? Not sure yet, but it would be criminal of me. It'd be a sin to not live stream it, to not play it. I don't know about necessarily like a walkthrough, like here's 30 video, like a Rad Brad thing, which he's a great guy from what I've seen, but I'm not going to do like part 1, part 20, part 36 of Hogwarts. I'm not going to do that. But playing it in general, oh yes. Why couldn't Hogwarts be ported over to Unreal Engine 5? I thought it was easy to port games over. It's supposed to be, right? Honestly, I don't know I don't know what the engine is. Is it an Unreal Engine 4? I don't know what the engine is that they're making it in. So yeah. Do you think Sam and Tara's mom will be someone from the OG Scream movies? No, but I do think there'll be some relation. Well, I don't know. More like the dad is the more interesting one, in my opinion, to be honest with you. Funny thing, my birthday is on July 31st, and my brother's is on March 1st. Do you know which character from Harry Potter world has his birthday on March 1st? No, I'm terrible at trivia. So could it be Harry or Hermione? It's got to be some. Huh? It's got to be somebody big, or you wouldn't say. I wish Scream 5 had less melodrama and another kill or two. Vince's kill should have been a little bit more drawn out. Agreed. I like the Billy hallucinations. I just didn't like the CG, the visual effects. I think it's Unreal Engine 4. Oh, well. But here's the thing. From what I've seen from just people in the industry talking, people don't know how to use Unreal Engine 5 yet. So, like, they'd rather use something they're more comfortable in. At least right now. So that could be stopping them, to be honest with you. What's your favorite Scream besides 1? 4. 4 is my second favorite. Hey, Sir Axis, what's up? Saw an IGN report today saying Gotham Knights and Hogwarts still on track for 2022 release. Not sure if they got it from the devs or not. No, if you saw my... just look at my channel. You don't have to watch it. If you want to watch it, you can. On my channel this morning, the first video today, I talked about how Gotham Knights and Hogwarts are in 2022. That's what they're talking about. They didn't watch my video, but what I talk about in that video is what they're referencing. So yeah. IGN is normally 2 to 4 days late to any major news story. Well, major news story, they're up to date. Something like that, like a little, you got to dig a little bit, or it's specific to like a game that maybe isn't like on everybody's mind all the time. Normally it takes IGN 2 to 4 days after everybody else does something on it to like, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but not really, because what they talked about, even my video today was late. That what you're referencing happened on like Tuesday or something. Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, somewhere. So they're late. It would have been so cool if in Scream 5 the killers were the twins, but then I realized they're related to Randy. Yeah, they wouldn't. I think did they talk about that or not? Like, there's no way they were going to make. Jamie Kennedy, I think, talked about that, where like he was confident they weren't going to have anybody related to Randy be killers. So, yeah, I don't think they ever really. They kind of made Chad out to be it for like 2 seconds, and Mindy, they never really, leaned in that direction. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, we hit the hour mark. This is normally where I where I end. Do you think there'll be DLC characters in Suicide Squad? I think so. Yeah, they're always late. IGN's very late. Kotaku's even more late. All right, guys. We'll wrap it up there. Next week, we will be live doing Dying Light 2. That's the plan for next Friday. And we'll go from there. If there's a chat-like live streams like this, we'll do this. And if there's games to play, we'll play games on the channel, and we'll go from there. Like I said, I got some plans for Patreon and YouTube membership possibilities that if you do that, I may add tiers, and we may do some fun stuff with that. So we'll go from there. But thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it a lot. And, yeah, videos every day, and I'll see you all next Friday. Remember to leave a like on your way out, yada, yada. If you do want to support me on Patreon, you can go to Patreon. The link's in the description. If you hit the join button on YouTube, you can become a member. 2 tiers, super cheap, $2, $5. You get exclusive videos. You get emotes and badges and stuff. So that's what we're doing, giving you guys kind of free content or free videos for now. And as we get more people, I'll add more tiers, and we'll do more stuff with you guys as well. All right?